Hello, a very good morning to you all on what is a very autumnal day. It is windy, it is raining, it is grey. Summer's gone, hasn't it? Yeah. So as you can see, I've got a little helper. He's told me he's not going to stay, but we'll see. So if you're wondering who this is, chomping on raisins, this is my Francis, my lovely little boy. He's still on his school holidays until tomorrow, aren't you? You go back to school. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to year
It's
2.
going in big year 2. Everybody is saying good morning. Rachel's in. She's saying good morning from an overcast borough. So yeah, it's summer's been rubbish, but as it's getting to autumn, I'm making with you today some lovely autumnal earrings. Now you can see I've got odd ones in at the moment, because what we're going to do is we put a lovely little kit together for you. I think you make up to 3 pairs of earrings, and there's lots of different things you can do with it, lots of different designs. So I've done 5 different designs, and I'll probably do a 6th different design with you today, but I'll show you all the different methods how you can attach these lovely little leaves and lovely autumnal coloured beads to your bronzy lovely hoop. So you've got some nice danglies, and you can make them as full or as thin as you'd like to. So Elaine's in, she's saying good morning Natalie and everybody. Camille says good morning Natalie and Frank. A bit dull today. How are you both? How are you? Good, thank you. We've got Anne in as well, who's saying good morning to everybody. Judith's popped in and she's saying hello as well. She's saying hello to you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you over to the website. I'm going to show you the kits, and we're going to get making. Hopefully it will be productive, and we're not having any dinosaurs in today, are we? No, just chomping on raisins. Okay, so if I take you over to our website, it's totallybeads.co.uk, and Camille's asking what you're eating, and can she have some? Raisins. There you go, he's offering you some raisins up. Okay, so totallybeads.co.uk is where you can head into our tutorials. You can head onto the main page and click into video tutorials, or go into the learn to make jewellery category at the top. We ship worldwide, so you can change your currency if you need to. And today we are doing the autumn bronze earrings. So I've named them Autumn. It is a female name, but it is, I think, what these kind of evoke for me.
It's
so,
autumn.
It's nearly autumn. It's still technically summer, but you wouldn't know. So we've got antique gold, we've got aubergine, we've got forest green, we've got hickory brown, and we've got the ruby red. The ruby red is what I'm going to demo with for you today, because I don't often use red, but I think these look beautiful together. They're all £5.99, and you're making 3 pairs of earrings. So if I show you the antique gold, you can see I've put these together just using the little head pins which you'll get in your kit. They're all going to be lovely bronzy coloured, so they're all going to match your ear wires, the connectors, the leaf kind of charms that we've got, and the head pins as well. It's just going to be the glass pearls that change colour for you. I think are they 4mm? Yeah, 4mm that I'm using today on the glass pearls. So you can see, if you have a little look, this is what your connector will look like in each of your kits, and these are their lovely leaves that will all be the same. It is just the 4mm pearls that are changing colour. So this is the antique gold. So I've put these together like so, and I've added one dangle into the middle as well. You're going to get loads in this kit. I've not put any jump rings in. I'm going to show you how to make jump rings using the pins, and I'll show you how to make eye pins as well using the head pins. So you don't need anything else other than your tools to make these lovely earrings. So this is how I've put these ones together. He's wandered off. This is the aubergine. And again, they do look much better when you're wearing them. They hang better than when they're flat on the table. And this is, I did photograph them a few different ways, but you get to see the colours of the beads that you're using. And I think the colour of the 7-to-1 connector, so you've got 7 little holes at the bottom and 1 at the top to attach to your earring hook. I think you get a really good idea of how true to colour it is there. So these ones here are your lovely aubergine. We've got the forest green. So I've just been adding the beads and the leaves onto the bottom there. We've got the hickory brown, which is a gorgeous colour, really, really lovely. It's got kind of like a maroon tone to it. Again, like a conker. It looks like a conker, that's the colour. So very autumn-like. So again, I've just been attaching the beads and I've changed the length of the pins. So I've made shorter ones on the outside. So there really is lots that you can do. I'm just going to show you different techniques today rather than say this is the design. You can do whatever you like with it. And then I use these a little bit more sparingly. So I've left some of those holes, but you're going to have enough in your kit to do enough of every of the designs that I'm showing you here. So that one is the ruby red. So 5 lovely colours to choose from, all £5.99, and you get 3 pairs of earrings in each of your kits. So you can make 3 different styles of each colour, whichever you prefer. So let's see what we've missed in the comments. What's that? A ball.
Squishy ball.
A squishy ball. So we've got Judith in, we've got Jackie saying good morning, Carol's in, Zakia is in as well, who says, hi Natalie, jolly good morning darling, hello to you, how are you doing? And Anastasia is wishing you peace and love, and she's in Atlanta, which is 8 minutes past 5 in the morning. So what you could do in a little bit is you can go and have a little look at your globe and see if you can find Atlanta. Good morning to Elaine. Okay, I'm going to take you down on the mat now so you can have a little look at the colours here and the designs, and then we will start making. So you can see I've got this lovely one here, which is like I think this was called hickory brown, so it's kind of like conker colour, and I've just been popping the beads on and the leaves alternating so they dangle in the middle. We've got this lovely aubergine purpley colour. If I lift that one up so you can see these gorgeous connectors and leaves. Of course, they look better when they're in because they dangle properly, whereas I'm struggling to show you them lying flat under the camera. We've got the red, and I'm wearing one of those today.
Yeah.
I've got odd earrings in, haven't I?
Yeah.
Which
they
is a look.
They look that brownish.
They are a bit brownish, yeah. You've got a lovely bronzy colour there. And then I've got this gorgeous kind of golden colour.
Yeah.
Again, gravity will mean that that bead will fall and sit at the bottom of the pin. Pauline's in, she says hello to you, Frank. And then we've got the gorgeous forest green as well. Hi Joanne, hope you're well. We did have a nice weekend, thank you. We've been very busy. We've been to grandparents and birthday parties, the lot. Can I just move that there, sweetheart? Can you buy the leaves separately? Yeah, you absolutely can. So if you go back onto the website, the link should be at the bottom of this tutorial, but if you go into the autumn bronze leaves, I'll show you these quickly. If you click on any of the colours and scroll down to the bottom, we put them all individually. So if you want to buy more of the connectors, you can, more of the beads, you can, or if you'd like to get the iron bronze leaf charms, you can click on there. You are getting approximately 50 pieces for just £1.50.
Oh.
It's a good bargain, isn't it, Frank? I didn't train him to do that. That was a natural reaction. So you can see all of the, the material that it's made out of and the sizes and things like that. It's got a little drill hole at the top there, just the one. So you can attach them on. They'd make lovely little charms if you wanted to do like an autumnal bracelet or something like that. So you can pick any of the components, even the ear wires we've not put down on the screen, but you could get those separately, and the head pins as well if you wanted. Yes, Francis, what are you wanting to tell me?
Some Bluey.
Can you what?
I'm getting some Bluey.
No, not at the moment, sweetheart. You can go and play with Bluey if you want to. Okay, you're welcome, Elaine. And Joanne says, I've just had a bead explosion. Delivery from Totally Beads. the 2 kilogram beads. Thank goodness I was sitting, exploded over me. Just finished clearing them up. Our tip is get a little, like a pair of tights or a sock or something, and put it over the nozzle of your vacuum cleaner.
Like a real sock.
Yes, and then you can suck up all the beads off the floor, but then you do need to sort them. Frank's very good at sorting out colours of beads though, aren't you, Frank?
Yeah.
So if I ever, get into a real pickle, I can say to him, can you sort these back out for me? And he's good. So if you want him, I can hire him out to you.
What?
I'm only joking.
Oh.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lovely connector so you can see how that looks. So you've got 1 hole at the top and you've got 7 loops at the bottom. It does have a front and a back to it. This is your back. This is the front. It's got lovely little kind of like embossed details, and they're all pretty much exactly the same, so you're going to get an identical pair. I mean, they are lovely if you just wanted to wear them as is, but as we're beaders, then we're going to add some beads and things to them. So I'm going to show you a few different techniques
25.
on how you can attach these. These are the earring hooks that you get in your kit as well, so you can see they match really nicely. You've also got your bronze coloured pins, so they all tie in nice with each other. And then we have these lovely leaves. So because the leaf has got like a little top drill hole here, doesn't want to focus. Let's move these out the way. Yes, Francis?
There's another one.
Joanne says, I think I could do with a Frank. Maybe my Elisa will be the same. Train her up, Joanne. There you go. You can see it's got a little hole at the top there. So if I was to put that straight into my eye pin, it's not going to sit forward. It's going to sit down like so. So what I like to do if I want these to sit frontwards is I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm going to put my plier right at the bottom of the pin, just to where that little nail tip finishes, and I'm going to give it a little bend upwards to a 90-degree angle like so. So you can see I've just bent it. And then when I put my leaf on now, my leaf will sit forward. Yeah, Joanne says they're very pretty earrings. You're going to watch my comments today, make sure I don't miss any questions.
Yeah.
And then you can add your beads on top if you wish.
And the guard.
You're the guard. And then you can just do a normal turned loop. So you could wrap loop with these, but I don't think it's necessary. So to turn my loop again, I'm going to bend at the top of my pin. I'm going to bend it forward so the loop fits and sits around the back. So I'm going to bend it. Yeah, I'm going to bend it. I think that's to you, not me. Bend it to a 90-degree angle, and then I'm going to cut about a centimetre. Okay, Frank. Going to bend it to about cut away from about a centimetre from that bead, and then I'm just going to turn it as usual. So going to get my round nose in, make sure it's nice and flush. I don't want a rather large loop, so I'm just going to turn it towards the end, holding on to those beads, and turn it all the way round to close that loop. So it will look like this. And then all I'll need to do is open it up and attach it to wherever.
2 messages.
Yeah, she's very good, Frank. My cleaner always knows she's been to my flat after she empties the vacuum or the Hoover. Oh, I need a cleaner.
We've got a new Hoover.
We do have a new Hoover, yeah. It's the exciting things in life, isn't it, Frank? Okay, so you can attach it on like this, and you've got your dangle there. If you want to make, if I can show you some of the designs, if you want, you can just add your beads on individually. If you just wanted to attach a leaf and you didn't want to attach it on a pin, you just want it on a jump ring, but of course you want to make sure that your jump rings are the same colour, then you can use the wire from your pin. So all of these little offcuts I will keep, and then I will collect them. I'm just going to take the tip off this one, but I will keep my offcuts and I'll make myself some jump rings with it. So to make a jump ring, I'm going to take my bail step pliers. You can use anything you want, but I would suggest you get something which has got an even thickness all the way through. If you're using your round nose pliers, because they're tapered and they go thinner at the end and wider towards the handle, as I wrap and coil around my pin, I'm going to get different sizes as it slides up. If I want my jump rings the same, I want something with an even tip. So the other day we were using the coiling gizmo. That's absolutely perfect. If you've got like a thin dowel, maybe if you've got a small knitting needle or crochet hook, you can use that. I'm just going to use the smallest tip here, and I'm going to line my pin up, the offcut of my pin, and I'm just going to rotate it. So you can see I'm just doing little motions with my hand, and I'm turning that pin. Stop rocking the table, sweetheart, you're jiggling the light around. So I'm just rotating it round and round and round like so. So it's just my wrist that's moving, and I'm just guiding that pin between my finger and my nail. So that means those coils are going nice and straight. Because I'm also putting a little bit of pressure on the handle, it's pushing against it with this one above. And what's happening there is I'm actually work hardening that wire by putting that little bit of pressure on it. Frank, stop it, sweetheart, you're wobbling the table. So I'm just going to turn it like this. So I've got that little coil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutters. Obviously that bit that's not turned, I'm not going to want, but I'm just going to snip through. So you can do it one at a time, or you can do it all the way across. Or if you wanted to kind of wrap that in a little bit of masking tape, you could saw through it as well if you needed to. But I do find that cutters, when you've just got this little bit of wire or pin, then the cutters are your best bet. So you can see, just using that pin, I've made 4 jump rings. And if I hold one up, they should meet pretty evenly. Again, if you want to, work harden it by just flattening, putting a little bit of pressure on with your pliers. And then you can open up and use like any other jump ring. So I'll take 2 pairs of pliers, give it a little twist towards me. I can then slide on my leaf charm and attach that on to the hole in the connector. I'll just open that up a little bit more. Slide it on through. And then close it up. Just make sure it's fully closed. So you can then hang your leaf directly off it if you want to. Another technique that I wanted to show you was making your eye pin into, your head pin into an eye pin. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off the tip on that. Make sure you pop your hand over it so it doesn't fire away. And then I'm just going to turn a loop on each side. So what I will do, you can bend it first, but what I tend to do is I will just rotate. So I've got that kind of P shape. You can attach it P shape round as well if you want to. But if you pop your round nose back in, just give that pin a little knock at the bottom. Then you've started to form your eye pin.
Looks like a balloon.
Looks like a balloon. well, it's possibly because I've turned it a little bit large, but you can make them wider and smaller. And then all I would do is just add on my beads.
Slide away.
How many beads should we put on? Should we do 3 on this one as well?
Yeah. Or should we do 4?
I'll do 3.
Might be too.
Anastasia says, thank you for that trick on making your own jump rings out of a head pin. You are very welcome. And Pauline says, clever. It's just a nice way to keep all your components the same. And like you see, when I'm turning pins and I'm trimming off, I only tend to use 1 centimetre from the last bead that I've put on. So you do, if you've got these like 50mm head pins or ball pins or whatever, you do tend to have quite a lot of it left. And that's what it is, Frank. It's just wire. So you can do whatever you would do with, with those scrap. It's a good way, rather than, just throwing it in the bin. You can now make yourself some jump rings and you've got them to use that will tie in with all your bits and bobs.
Or you could just make something with it.
You could make something with it, yeah.
Or play with it.
Well, yeah.
Don't be sharp.
Yeah.
It doesn't need, if it be sharp, you can't play with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it might point you.
It might prick you, yeah. And that's why we always make sure we turn our loops fully in. Yeah. And if we cut off any wire and we do a wrap loop, we make sure we squeeze any excess wire in at the end.
Try again.
Yeah, well, that makes sure it doesn't scratch you then or catch on your clothes. So again, I'm just going to turn that. Again, you can turn your pin whichever way you want, because you can attach it on how you want. But I'm turning it in the same direction so my loops will face the same way. Again, I'm trimming off. I'll have less of the excess pin this time, but you could still use that if you wanted to. And then I'm just going to turn another loop at the end. So if you want to make sure you've got exactly the same size, you can pop it back into your round nose and you can mark on your pliers if you need to, or make a visual note. That's what these pliers are called, round nose pliers.
Is it because you're making a nose?
No, I'm not making a nose. I don't know why. I don't really know. Maybe it's like
maybe because it was named
after nose.
Maybe because it was made after a nose.
Maybe. Yeah, Shirley, she says the coiler makes great jump rings too. Yeah, well, anything that's how a jump ring's made. It's usually on, because it's made in, large quantities. They will have like a large dowel and they will wrap the wire around it before they cut it. I've made a chain using, I'd made a pendant out of copper and I didn't have a copper chain that matched. So I used my wire and I wrapped it all the way around my coiling gizmo and then made lots and lots of jump rings that way. Camille calls you a beader's apprentice.
What does apprentice mean?
Like helper, like you're learning and training up.
Oh.
I mean, the amount of questions you get a day is
how many?
Thank goodness for Google.
26.
Yeah, at the moment.
Or 28.
Okay, so we're just going to then open that up. And then you can attach that on to your ear wire and close it over again. So I'm just flicking it up to open, just like I would the jump ring.
Okay.
Give it a little twist up, and then you can attach your leaf on the bottom because you've made that into a double connector. Again, you don't have to attach anything onto the bottom. If you wanted to just use that head pin, that's why we put the head pins in, because I figured they were most versatile, because you can make the other components using the same thing. So you can see I do think I've put that leaf on backwards actually. So if that's the case,
you could just try again.
Yeah, try again. Just open it up, slide it off,
and then put it the right way.
And put it the right way.
And then close it again.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
And then I'm done, yeah.
And then we can say bye. And see all the another colour.
Well, we've still got a little while yet, Frank.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay though. You can go and watch the telly or something.
I want to watch the comments.
Okay. You need to send in a comment then, so you Give Frank something to do.
Yeah, I said comments by this time.
Yeah.
I usually say comments.
Okay, so then I'm just going to make sure that that's symmetrical. I've missed one off there, so I'm just going to pop a bead on its own. Please stop it, Francis.
I'm giving them kisses.
You're giving them kisses. You are wobbling my table.
I can't.
You
I'm
can't
so excited.
You can't keep still, can you? So again, I'm just going to pop 3. You can stagger these, but you'll find because you've got
Good
your
morning.
curve here, then they will naturally stagger longer. If you wanted them all the same length, then you would put more on the end and less towards the centre. But you've got that lovely curve, so it gives that graduation naturally. Camille's asking if you can go and check if the postman's been. Thanks, Camille. Unfortunately, I'm right next to the door, so we'll be back in a jiff. Okay, so I'm going to add those beads on, and I'm just going to turn the pin again here. So I'm going to cut 1 centimetre. I'm going to leave that pin if I want to make any more jump rings.
There's no post.
There's no post.
I'm just going to check through the window then.
Just make sure you don't fall over the wires, please.
It's really raining.
It's really raining.
And do you know it said it's going to be foggy today? And it's like
Shirley's
foggy.
asking, are the earrings nickel free? I assume so, Shirley. Most things on our site tend to be nickel free. Let me just double check. It's the earring hook itself, isn't it? So the connector, this is a zinc alloy and that's nickel free.
It's bigger than that.
The leaf charms don't say, but I assume they may be too. It's the earring hook that you're most wanting to know about, isn't it? Let me just type into the search for you.
One's a earring hook.
I'll double check with Simon, but usually all our earring hooks do tend to be
Gone.
nickel free.
Nickel free.
Ear wire.
Oh, there's lots of jewellery.
Lots of components we have, don't we? I'm struggling to find them listed individually on the website at the moment. I'll double check with Simon.
Check later.
I'm pretty sure they will be, but I'm not 100%. But these definitely are. Pauline says, I think Frank's going to have a real talent like his mum. Well, he doesn't stop talking a bit like his mum. So.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Shirley.
Yeah.
Okay, Francis. So I'm just attaching that one on, and then because I want my earrings to be symmetrical, I'm going to work back in that design. So I will be adding, I've already added my leaf onto one with the jump ring. My next one will just be on the head pin as it's used traditionally, so the beads will fall to the bottom of the pin.
Mummy.
Yes, Frank.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. And then I will cut 1 centimetre because that's all I really need to turn my loop. Making sure there's nothing sticking out of my pliers, and that way all of the pin will turn. Joanne says, my son's gone back to college today. When does school start for Frank, and is he looking forward to it?
It's tomorrow and I'm really looking forward.
Yeah, so am I.
Because you're going to miss me.
I'm going to miss you loads. Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of a routine though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're looking forward to seeing your friends again. And
yeah, and I'm going in year 2.
Yeah.
And I love year 2.
Yeah, it's going to be loads of fun.
I love year 1 more.
Well, wait and see. You've not experienced year 2 yet.
I've already seen it.
Okay, so to make my double connecting eye pin for this one again, I am going to just trim off the bottom of that head pin, just to get rid of that nail tip finish. I'm going to turn my loop first. So you can turn your loop away from you or towards you, whatever you prefer. I work away from myself. I've made a little P shape, so I'm going to need to put my pliers back in to straighten the pin up, like so. And then it's going to sit on top, so it will dangle neatly.
15 hours. 15 hours. Wow.
Wow, it's a lot of rain.
Wow.
Where's Florida, Frank? Do you know where Florida is?
It's in Norway.
It's not in Norway.
Let me go check.
Yeah, you go check. This might give him. I mean, he's a bit obsessed with maps, particularly road maps. So hopefully, Shirley, he'll be looking for where you live for the next 10 minutes. It's upstairs. You're not looking at your globe in the living room.
I don't even know where it is, so I'm going to tell it where it is.
You can ask.
Yeah.
You can ask the tablet. Honestly, technology is just wondrous. There's things like random thoughts that keep me awake at night. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'll just Google search it and I'll be like, okay. And then when he asks me a million questions, I can pretend I'm like the font of all knowledge. So I'm just going to attach that connector to that loop there and close it over. And then the bottom one I'm going to add my leaf to. So give it a little flick up. Add my leaf charm on and close it back over. And then the last one, I want that leaf to sit forward. So again, I'm just going to take my pin and I'm going to hold. Yes, Francis. It's in the United States of America. Well done. Okay. By Mexico, is it? So I'm going to pop my pin right up. I've kept that pin on. I'm going to keep it right, that tip right up to the end of the pliers, and I'm just going to bend it to a 90-degree angle. So I've only got that small little space just there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
By Mexico.
It's not too far away from Mexico. It's also not that close because there's that big distance between there and there. It's a very big place.
Do you know when dinosaurs died? The meteoroid landed here.
Did it?
Yeah.
In the Gulf of Mexico? I think you could be right. Okay, there's a little fact for you. When the meteor that made the dinosaurs extinct landed, it landed in Mexico, apparently, according to Frank. Okay, Camille's asking, can you find Hong Kong, Frank?
Hong Kong.
Used to be part of the UK up until 1997, I believe, Camille, when we gave it back. So there you go, pop the leaf on, it's now facing forward, and then I put 3 of my lovely ruby red beads. I do love the colour of these glass pearls. They are really pretty. And if you wanted to multi-buy the kits, you could mix your colours up as well. These would look nice with, I think, the green. And I think the green would look nice with the gold. And the gold would look nice with the aubergine.
Hong Kong's by China.
Is it?
Yeah, it's by China.
All right. Okay, so then I'm just gonna
Look, Mummy.
Oh no, Anastasia, that's very sweet of you, but you don't have to do that.
Mummy.
Yes, Bob.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
It's by China.
Never been there, have we?
No.
Would you like to go?
I've only been Scotland.
Scotland. You've been Wales and you've been Tenerife. They're 3 different countries. Yeah, Shirley, he did find Florida. He was telling me it was in the US. It's not too far from Mexico, and that's where the meteor landed in Mexico, which wiped out the dinosaurs. Okay,
I've heard it on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's wonderful. You can learn all sorts on YouTube. Learn all sorts about dinosaurs, and you can join us on Totally Beads.
She says hi,
yeah. Yeah, you can learn all about bead making, and jewellery making on YouTube with Totally
The
Beads.
kids YouTube I only found out.
Yeah, okay. So I've turned that loop. I'm going to turn it a little bit better because it's not fully closed. And you do, it is gone really foggy, hasn't it? It's just the rain, I think. You want to make sure that your loops are fully closed because you want to make sure they don't fall off your connectors. So just fully turn that pin.
Today, look.
Okay. And then I'm gonna.
In the comments, ask more questions. Where
Anastasia's asking you to look for Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
I think I know where that is.
Do you know?
But I don't know.
Make sure you find the
Georgia.
place. So there you go. I've done a really full e-ring on this one with lots and lots of beads.
It's made by Turkey.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, look. Turkey, Georgia.
What's it part of?
It's Georgia. It's like it's.
Well, we'll continue our geography lesson a little bit later. So there we go. Oh, guess what? Frank Shirley says she's got dinosaur teeth.
In Elliot in my class has got shark teeth.
Well, you've got a mosasaur replica tooth, haven't you?
What is it?
And we've got an allosaur tooth as well. In fact,
it's this. Can I hold
George is in Russia.
Russia? I
Not
know
too
where.
far from Armenia.
Yeah, I know where Russia is.
Oh, this is a Spinosaur tooth because
Can I see?
Frank very much likes Spinosaurus. So this is from the Kem Basin, I think, in Morocco. Okay, let's show everybody. And when he's a little bit bigger, I'm going to wire wrap it for him, and he can wear it as a pendant if he wants to. It's quite heavy, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine having a mouthful of them.
It is actually.
It is, yeah.
But is this sharp? It's not actually that sharp, you know.
It's not sharp now, no.
Yeah,
but it's got to be quite a few million years old, that isn't it?
I think it could be 1,060 million.
No, I don't think it's that old.
When we see when the Spinosaurus swims.
Okay, it's on your poster, isn't it?
It's the poster upstairs.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, roll on school tomorrow, people. So now my earring's done. All I need to do is attach my earring hook. So I'm going to give that a little flick up, attach it on, and then I will make the second one the same way, matching like so. So I'll show you again some of the different designs that I've done, and you can, again, I'm going to put that in because it'll look better when it's in rather than sitting flat. So yes, baby.
It might have been 145 million years ago, or 65 million years ago, or in the middle of that.
Right, okay. I think it's probably about 100 million years ago.
No, look.
I won't, Camille.
Look.
Okay, so you can see here how it looks when it's in.
They look actually. Wait, can I come back?
Yeah, what do you think?
They actually look nice.
Do they? You sound quite surprised. How about this one?
Why is that one bigger than this one?
Because I added more leaves and more pearls to that one.
Oh.
Which one do you like best? Which design?
I like both of them.
Do you?
I like this one more because, like,
you can see them a little bit more, can't you, when you spread them out?
Very pretty. Well, Frank will be the only
Frank
child.
will be the only child with that kind of necklace, and he will know the history behind it. Yeah, he's very keen to learn.
Well,
full of questions. Well, that's how you learn, isn't it? By asking questions. So let me take you down on the mat and I'll show you so you can see how this looks now. It's in my ear. And do bear in mind, earrings are meant to be worn. These have a lovely movement and dangle and even a lovely sound to them.
I haven't got my ears pierced
You've
yet.
not got your ears pierced, no?
The Fern has.
Fern does, yeah, that's your cousin, isn't it? So they've got a lovely movement to them and they will hang really, really nice. Oh, thank you, Joanne. No, never a dull moment. Let me take you back down on the mat so you can see them.
If you want to know how big dinosaurs are, I'll tell you.
Okay, well, I'll ask you later. Let me just show the lovely people the earrings because that's what they're here for.
27 want people watching.
Okay, thanks, Frank. So here you can see I've just left some of the loops in the middle, so I've kind of spread them out a little bit more. Whereas the one that I've made
And
here,
they're going too.
wow, that's cool, isn't it?
I know some of yours and they're going
You've got one, but it's a replica one.
What's the webcam mean?
It's like a pretend model.
Oh.
So this
These
one
are
is
big.
a lot more full because I've just added more beads onto that one. We've got some where I've just attached the leaves directly using the jump rings we've made. And I really like the kind of fullness to this, but also the spacing of it. And I've just added 3 pearls onto the end and 4 to the middle ones. Yeah, everybody's saying they're really lovely earrings. Oh, Anna had a lion's tooth once. That's cool, isn't it?
Wow.
We can hear the lions sometimes from our garden, from the safari park.
Yeah, we haven't been for a long time because our tickets.
Yeah, we've not got the pass anymore, have we?
I have mine.
Yeah, okay.
It's in my box.
Okay. These are the green ones I've done. So I've just added, again, a pearl onto the front. So when I've flicked that pin up and I've placed the leaf on with that bend, I added the pearl on first. And then I bent it so the leaf just sits at the back. Rachel's loving the red and the bronze. I really like the red and the bronze together. Joanne says these are very Romany gypsy in style, gorgeous. They are a bit, I suppose they could also be seen a little bit as kind of Native American as well, I suppose, if you wanted to kind of see more of kind of like a dream catcher in there. For me, they're just autumnal due to the bronze and the colours. Which ones haven't I shown you?
There's 2 shops here. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, well, people have the same name.
There's
a Georgia, which is not in Europe. Is there a Georgia maybe in America too? And then these are your aubergine ones where I've just put the pearls, just 1 pearl directly on with the pin, and then the leaves on the bottom.
there is one.
There is, yeah. So
It's nearby.
if I can show you the website before I go, you can see.
It's actually nearby Florida.
Is it?
It's underneath Florida. It's above Florida.
Wow.
Look.
Oh yeah. So I've just been having a little look to see if I can see those ear wires. I'm not too sure where they are, but I will double check with Simon and see if they are indeed nickel free for you. So head into the jewellery making category into video tutorials. Today we're doing the autumn bronze leaf earrings with geography facts included for free. And they can come in antique gold, aubergine, forest green, hickory brown, all the lovely ruby red. You can choose whatever style you want. If you do something and you do something different to these, they are all in stock. Then please, we've got them for people to purchase. If you can share your makes with us, I'd love to see if you get these kits, what you do with them. They're all £5.99, and that makes up 3 pairs of earrings. Because I've made sure that you've got enough to do all of the design, so the most I've put in the most amount of leaves I've used for one style, the most amount of beads I've used for one style, all of the pins, then you can, of course, probably have some left over if you choose to do a different style that doesn't use them all. So you will have plenty of components in there for £5.99. Some of them I've added a little bead into the middle on. Some I've left blank. That's just, again, using 1 bead or 2 on the eye pin and then just turning that loop, and then you can connect it then into the loop at the top where you put your earring hook as well.
I just fall asleep.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. We are now done and dusted, so we're going to go and have some dinner. Anastasia says thank you for today's lessons. Well, you've learned all sorts.
Can we look
Thank you, Anastasia. I'll send you a little message.
Can we look at the comments? Yeah,
we'll look up. Rachel says it's gone very dark here, expecting thunderstorms. I mean,
it's dark, and it said it will be foggy if it's raining.
I think it's just that wet. It looks a bit misty.
No, it said it's going to be the weather in the 5 forecast.
I hope you all have a lovely week. I'm not going to be back with you Friday. I'm going to
Why?
be back with you on Wednesday because I've swapped over with Kitty and Laura. So I'm going to be doing Wednesdays now. So I'll be back with you on Wednesday and I'm making a bracelet. And then Friday, I'm off on a little adventure to put some lovely kits together for you. So I will see you on Wednesday. If you can come and join me then, it will be at 10 a.m. Frank, would you like to say goodbye to everybody?
Goodbye. See you on one day, maybe.
Yeah, one day, I'm sure, in the future.
Maybe next summer.
Maybe next summer.
Or maybe winter.
Maybe whenever you're off and I'm working, I'm sure they'll get to see you if you can't.
Or maybe
go to
in
Nanny's.
Easter holidays.
Maybe in the Easter holidays.
Or maybe in the winter holidays.
Maybe.
Summer holidays.
Until then.
Or the mummy holidays.
Okay.
Mother's Day.
Well, that'll be a Sunday. I'm not working then.
Oh.
Right, you love your millions. We'll see you soon.